let's keep it going. So, you want to talk
Oh
about
shit.
the 10-year-old, or you want to talk about the Greenwood shooting?
Let's go with the 10-year-old.
All right. So the 10-year-old, there was a 10-year-old Ohio girl who was, um, there was a story that went around in which this
Mhm.
10-year-old Ohio girl was victim of rape, um, had to go get an abortion. We probably got demonetized. We're probably, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point because we're already canceled. But I just want to highlight a few things here. So everyone's heard this story now. It's obviously abhorrence. The word, no one, if you can even like, you can't even rack your brain around it because it's so horrific. And I believe we talked about it last week a little bit. My memory is a little bit fuzzy right now. So I can't say for sure whether or not we knew everything at that time when we talked about it. But apparently the way everything kind of took place, or the way everything sort of happened, was 10-year-old girl gets raped, gets pregnant, is taken across state lines to get an abortion. Um, and it's later found that the boyfriend of the mother is the one who committed the crime, and the
Yes.
mother is the mother is defending the rapist. It's just all sorts of fucked up. And probably, and there's so many layers of complexity to it, because it's not like a cut and dry black and white type of case. It's not like it was done by a white supremacist, Trump supporter. It was done by an undocumented immigrant who has been in the country for 7 years, and the as quickly as that was released, the media then swept that shit under the rug. Yeah,
I know
there
it's
hasn't been any story about this since, because
nope.
while they have charged the suspect with all sorts of crimes, and I think he's withheld they withheld bond or bail. Um, they are now characterizing this rapist as a quote unquote Ohio man.
I
Am I
know
getting
it's
that right,
amazing.
Jay?
Or Columbus, man. Yeah, that's the articles that have been posted on NBC and all that kind of stuff. They have said that a Ohio man has been charged for the rape of a 10-year-old girl. They're saying, or Columbus man, and it's absolutely sickening how quickly these people who are out here for the rights of everybody, trying to be righteous and all this kind of stuff, just are completely silenced. There's no more reporting on this issue. They're not going to report on it anymore. You had to had right wing publications report on it because they will refuse to. And it's looking more and more, and this is the scary thing, honestly. And I hope I'm wrong and it doesn't come out this way, but the reason why it wasn't reported was because the rapist and the mother are probably both illegal aliens, and the doctor didn't want to report that because
Maybe, I
she
don't
she
know.
didn't she didn't she didn't go through the proper, or I don't know if the doctor's a she, but the doctor didn't go through proper channels in reporting a rape or reporting something like this. The doctor didn't fill out the right documentation for this.
Well, I mean, regardless of whether the documentation was legit or not, uh, still, the fact of the matter is, because the person didn't check all the boxes, the alleged rapist didn't check all the boxes of the perfect villain for the media. Um, that shit got buried so quickly. I honestly think, Jay, all you really need. I can't believe that even Ohio man isn't enough to be a perfect villain. I think, if so long as you're from Ohio, you should be demonized and vilified by everyone, not just the media.
Right. We should build the wall around Ohio for sure. And also Professor Pupper brings up a good a point as well, that the doctor also filed that the Ohio man as a 17-year-old when he's 27.
Yeah.
Like, it's sick. The whole thing is sick. Like, most of it is being sick. Like, now that they can't really want to use this
So the fact
as the story front for abortion, they're throwing it under the rug,
right?
Because they'll be like,
let's just
should there be
evolution of this story for a second, okay? It starts off
Yeah.
with a 10-year-old being pregnant and being taken across state lines to get an abortion. So everyone's talking about, oh, Roe v. Wade. Now that that's overturned because of Dobbs, this is why we need abortion in all 50 states, right? We need nationwide federalized abortion on demand, for any reason, for any, look, Jay, I think
unlimited at any time, no restrictions.
I think, but Jay, you and I can fully recognize that, like, in cases such as rape and incest for a 10-year-old, extenuating circumstances exist. And look, I am not going to tell anybody what to do or not, but if for minors to have kids, like, I would never want to put a child through that. So,
not only that, even the pregnancy is probably going to kill the girl. I'm surprised she was able to get pregnant, but I mean, some people do pass through puberty at 9. That's why Muhammad was able to marry Aisha, because she was able to get pregnant at 9. But medically, I mean, there's so much complications that go through a pregnancy when you're that young and not fully developed, because the thing is it's the hips. If the hips are not wide enough, like, that's what I look for when I'm trying to mate. Like, if the hips are not wide enough,
hold on, Jay, why how do you make this segue? Literally, how do you make that segue? How do you do that? How do you do that?
Hey, look, I'm here on the side of science. That's where I am.
Oh my God. God, this just completely derailed the conversation. God damn, Jay, what the fuck? I mean, everything. Look, so it started off with that, and then it was revealed that. So first of all, the initial pushback was that the story wasn't real. The story, it had to be the Jussie Smollett version of, an abortion story, because it just seemed too sensational to be true. So it turns out it was true when it was an arrest of Gerson Fuentes was made for the crime of raping a 10-year-old. Now, as that persisted, the discourse turned into, all right, we're going to now spike the football that this is a real story. Take that, conservatives, who then believe that it was a real story. Oh, but we're spiking the football over a 10-year-old rape victim. I don't know if I don't know if anyone spiking the football actually felt any remorse for that. That's just a weird fucking thing to, like, do a celebratory, like, dance over. But then it turns into, the Gerson Fuentes, undocumented immigrant. Well, the libs definitely can't talk about it now, because if we do, then we lose our entire contingency of Latinx voters in the next election. And lo and behold, the what do you call it, Jay? The Quinnipiac poll reveals that Biden has the lowest approval rating among Latinx of any point of his presidency.
At any point of any presidency within the last fucking 80 years.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm talking about with the Latinx, Jay. And also, you sound like a robot again.
Do I really?
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't even understand why that happens. Because I have feedback for myself, and I sound perfect.
Jay, you're perfect to me. That's all that matters.
Right? That is all that. Okay, how about now? Hello? Hello?
Still shit. Still terrible.
Is it me you're looking for? Because I see it in your eye.
So I don't know.
Okay, good. All right, so you can hear me like moan and shit, but I'm still coming in as a robot.
Yeah. Still very robotic.
All right, it's gonna come back fine in a little bit. So just
Inshallah.
keep on going.